Right. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the rules for performing calculations using significant figures. So there's a rule for addition and subtraction, and then a different one for multiplication and division. So in addition and subtraction, I would choose my least precise measurement. So in this example, this has one decimal place. So one place point after the decimal. And so I can have that many places past the decimal point in my answer. So I would round this number here up to 104.8. And then for multiplication, here's a subtraction example. Again, one place past the decimal point, I have to round to 1.6. And then for multiplication and division, what I have to do is I have to consider the least number of sig figs. So in this example, 3121 times 12, the least number of sig figs here. This is not about places past the decimal point. It's just the pure number of sig figs. There's 2, so my final answer can have 2. So I have 37452 as my answer. I must convert it to scientific notation because that's the only way that I can show the 2 significant figures. Then I have some examples for mixed operations. Here I have a division and a subtraction. So I do my subtraction first. I end up with 0.76. I'm allowed now only 2 sig figs in my final answer because that's what the subtraction provided me with. And that's the least number of sig figs now. And so I can have 2 in my final answer. Here are some nice examples. I'm going to show you the work for those examples in an extra post that I'll put in the content folder. And so here is just kind of a summary of all the things that I just talked about. When we talk about precision, depends upon how many zeros follow your value or how many places past the decimal point. And so in the first example, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4 sig figs. I can also write my uncertainty. There's a video and a couple worksheets on uncertainty that I've posted. So it's always 1 unit of the last written digit plus or minus 1 here. The last digit here is 0.0, so it's plus or minus 0.1. Here it's plus or minus 0.01, and here plus or minus 0.001. So that's something to always consider as well. I put a couple of nice little examples here of how to identify the correct number of sig figs. Then I did a couple more examples for addition and subtraction rule. And then I did some examples for multiplication and division. And then here I've done a couple of mixed examples for you as well. And I think that those would be really helpful for you. So I'm going to stop there